Oh, this dude. So, this ain't our first time doing this.
Nope, it's not.
We gotta address that, man. This ain't our first time. This ain't our first rodeo. September 22nd, we said we was gonna do this. Or no, we started early September, our first time doing 75 hard. Hey,
Correct.
kids. Nova, kids is gonna watch this. Can't be vaping, man. Come on, man. Be a role model, sport.
People vape in
Be a
podcasts.
good role model, sport. The kids
People
are watching.
people vape in podcasts.
I'm over here saying the kids are watching when I was sipping on a glass of wine for the last episode. We don't gotta talk about that though. Anyways.
Yeah.
So, early September, back in 23. We tried this. We failed miserably multiple times. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't know if it was the pressure of having each other do it. So, 75 hard, for those that don't know, it is a mental toughness challenge. I believe that's what he describes it as. But one of the things that we didn't realize until after we were done was the fact that 75 hard is for personal reason, personal discipline. Pretty much no one's going to hold your hand. No one is going to walk you through it. No one is going to be your support model or your support role. And though we had it set up to the fact that we would, going city say, we would both fail if one of us ended up failing, it still made it, I guess, easier to support each other, which kind of goes against 75 hard. Now, that support didn't really work for the simple fact we did this 4 times, I want to say. We attempted 75 hard, I want to say 4 times.
About 3 to 4 times, yeah.
I know the first time we only made it like 3 days. Second time we made it 1 or 2 days, and we made it about 4 days. And then I want to say we tried one more time off camera, and that didn't work
The
out. But
point is, we gave our few attempts, and we messed up, and we did it in our own way.
yeah, we pretty much broke the rules because we didn't really look at the rules. But pretty much, this ain't our first time trying this. Hell, this ain't our first podcast. We did this again back in September, and I'm not gonna lie, I haven't even looked at the footage, so I don't know if back then we were misled. I don't know what the case is. Point being, we're trying this again. Blue, why the hell are we doing this again? That's the real question, because we done failed. Bro, we 0-4. We got swept. If this was the NBA Finals, bro, we'd what was it, 2017 Cavs, 2018 Cavs, bro, we got swept. Like, why are we going back?
So, I know for me at least, I can't speak for you, but I know for me, the reason why I think we're going back is because the version of ourselves when we were attempting 75 hard, the person that we were becoming off of our habits and the things that we were doing, even though we messed up, right? We were a better version of ourselves doing that than when we weren't doing 75 hard. I'm not saying now we're in a bad spot, but I'm saying that version of us when we were attempting it was a really good version of us. And I know because it was a different style of life that we were living. Our habits were different, and just our overall everyday outlook and peace was a lot different. The things that we would do compared to now, and the types of problems that we had, the types of accomplishments we had, we were just on a different scale. And I don't like comparison because it's the killer of joy. But yeah, we were in a better spot than we were now, for sure, when we were working on 75 hard. doing healthier things. Like I said, even though we messed up, it's the fact that we were doing things to better ourselves constantly, and trying to work on not messing up and working on actually being better, which is great. You know, when you don't have those things set in place and you just quote unquote, oh, I'm going to work on myself and try to keep that on the back of your mind, you're not going to really go nowhere if you don't have anything in place for you to get better. And 75 Hard was that. It was our fallback to work on ourselves. It was an excuse for us to work on ourselves. It wasn't just that, but it was a way for us to um, escape our current problems and in a healthy way. It was a, what's that word? It was like it's like a new thing that, you know, you pick up. It's a new habit, it's a new thing. In a sense, it's a healthy drug, you know. 75 Hard is one of those outlets that we found. And I think the biggest takeaway that I got from it was the fact that, like I said, we were building new habits. If we weren't focusing on our bad ones, we were building better ones, and we didn't have any time. We didn't have any time at all to do any bad things because we were so focused on doing better things.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main thing that I picked up when we was doing it, and I think that's the beautiful part of it. Even though we messed up, we were still doing better stuff. We were still getting better and better and better and better every single time. That's literally my gist of it. That's the whole summary. All right, podcast coming to an end. There you go. Now
Wrap it up. We're done, folks. But nah, I feel you on that because the funny thing about that, financially, that was like the worst part of my life ever. Physically, I was out of the gym for shit. I was out of the gym since February, so going on 7 months at the time. I was out of the gym, so physically I was close to, not close, but I was in one of the worst positions of my life physically, definitely financially, emotionally. I wasn't there. Like, it was just on paper one of the worst times, but doing 75 hard or attempting 75 hard, I was in the best position of my life as a person, or at least I was in the transition period of being the best person. And it's ironic because I'm like, I had every reason to look negatively. Hell, you did too. Your registration was going in and out. I want to say that's when you were in and out of apartments, or you were switching apartments around the same time.
yeah, I just moved to a new apartment around that time.
Hmm. I didn't have a job. Military was on your ass. Like, we had every reason to look at all the negative, but yet somehow doing this made us look at all the positive. And I know for a fact that's why I want to do this again. That's why I want to give this another shot, because mentally I feel more mature now that I understand what this is, and I don't know, I'm just ready to go. That's where I'm at with this.
I think that's the biggest takeaway: the fact that no matter what position you're in, if you're working on 75 hard, or not even just that, you're working on yourself, no matter what position that you're in, you're going to feel better as a whole because you're doing everything you can to your best ability. And this is the thing that I've been learning the past year. You can't control what other people are doing. You can't control your circumstances that are out of your control, quite literally. But what you can control is how you respond to things. Your self-control, your quite literal self-control, how you interact with these situations and circumstances. And if you can control yourself and make the best decisions for yourself based on the environment you're around, ultimately you're going to be in a good spot, whether you're in a bad situation or good situation. And I think that's what it boils down to. It's knowing that you're able to control yourself in different aspects and areas of your life, no matter where you are in your life. And I think that's the biggest lesson that I learned that we can really push to everybody. You know, it's not about just 75 hard. It's about controlling yourself, working on yourself, and looking within instead of looking outside when life is upside down or when you need to make changes or adaptations in your life or just anything in general. Change starts within, and improvement starts within. Everything that we are looking for in this world, it starts within.
Brother was preaching. I can't even say anything. I can't follow that up. You can't just bro just gave a sermon on the mount. I can't follow that up, man. Like what am I supposed to do with that? But nah,
I mean, there's not much to say on it. I mean, it's just really, it just taught us a few morals and valuable lessons in life. And I
right.
feel like that's the biggest thing that we can take away. And that moving forward is going to be our experience and wisdom that's going to guide us in our next attempt the right way.
Speaking about our next attempt, while or in between 75 hard and now, I realized the biggest thing that we were struggling with was time and commitment. Like that, those are like the biggest things that usually led to a failure. And while doing some more research on 75 hard, I heard about this other challenge called Project 50. And it is very similar to 75 hard, but I feel like based on the rules of Project 50 versus 75 hard, I feel like that would be a great warm up for us. Not to discredit Project 50 in any way. I feel like it is just as valuable, but I feel like for us in our current state, getting both of them done, but in the order of doing 50 first and then 75 after, I feel like that will also help us get through this. And ever since, ever since I heard about Project 50, I've been almost more intrigued to do that first because it seems easy. And I feel like what will happen is we might let our guard down with Project 50 and we might fail that more than 75 hard if we do get comfortable. And I feel like if anything, that'll make 75 hard more difficult or easier depending on how we get through this.
It's like a demo, a video game demo,
Yeah.
or a trailer to a movie, a trial. It's like DoorDash for a month.
Nice. I'm gonna spit it in boxing terms. December 23rd, Anthony Joshua fought, what was it, Otto Wiley, I want to say? Let me see.
I don't care who he fought December 23rd. He knocked out Ngannou recently.
I'm not gonna speak on that one, man. That was a rough.
Ngannou got laid the fuck out.
Bro got folded like a lawn chair. Yeah, December 23rd, Anthony Joshua fought Otto Wiley. Deontay Wilder fought Joseph Parker. If both of those fights went good, we would have finally got the fight that should have happened way back in 2017, 2018. Anthony Joshua held up his end of the bargain. Wilder didn't hold up his. I don't think that fight's ever going to happen. Now, if we switch that back to this, we got to hold up our end of the bargain on Project 50, which will lead us back to 75 hard. This is sort of the same thing. It's like one of those things that seems like, okay, this is sort of a challenge, but we can easily knock this out, and then that'll lead to the big challenge that we want to see ourselves go through. But there's a chance that this doesn't work out, and that is where it becomes more of a challenge, because we have that weight on our shoulders. We have both made this commitment to ourselves that if we don't get through 50, we're not even going to do 75 hard. But at the same time, we're not giving up regardless. So if Project 50 takes 50 days, or whether it takes a full fucking year, we're still going to do this shit. Problem is, we just got to do it.
Excuse me. And like I was saying earlier, I don't want to beat the bush, but it all starts within. It really does. Us getting through it starts with us. I think that's our biggest challenge, is ourselves, overcoming ourselves and our inner challenges that prevent us from making good decisions or just making any positive output. It really just boils down to us. And I've seen us on a good day. I've seen us on a bad day. And that's going to be our determination, or not our determination, but it's going to be what determines whether or not we succeed. It's how well we can make those choices for ourselves and whatever we're doing, you know.
Now, here's where things get difficult, or not necessarily difficult, but this is where things take a turn. Part of me wants to get off social media completely to get through this challenge, just so we can limit distractions, because I feel like that's another thing that got both of us were distractions. You know, I have been distracted with women for a while, and that leads to social media, or social media leads to, like, whatever the case is. You know, I want to say during Project 50, when we added our rules, or not Project 50, when we did 75 hard the first time and we added more stipulations to it, one of those things were no social media use. And I consider dating apps as social media, because it kind of is. And it's ironic, but at the same time, it makes sense. 5, 6 months later, still a fucking issue. Still worried about women. Last night, me and Blue were talking about our situations, and that's still a problem. So that is another thing that I'm trying to avoid while doing this, is getting rid of our distractions so we can have a better chance of doing this. But at the same time, I don't know if the reason why I want to get off social media is just to make it easier. But at the same time, we also want to document this process, and we want to post this process. Problem is, I kind of got to be on social media to post the process. And now that we are doing this separately, but still doing it side by side, that is going to make things difficult for you guys. You know, we want to show you guys our process and get through this, but if we're not on the same page with social media or posting, it's going to throw everything off. So that is something that I personally struggling with, because I just, again, I want to get this done, but this is also something that I want to do alongside it, is document it. That's something that I don't know how to go about doing. I don't know about you, but that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, I'm on the same page with you. I really don't know how to go about that. Documenting it too is just going to be feel like it's gonna be a step-by-step thing. Mike was telling me earlier that he likes to prep stuff, pre-stage things before he starts recording his videos for the week. So like that might be something we could implement. Just prepping everything before we get started with our week. What we're gonna wear, how we're gonna go about our issues, and how we're gonna film, stuff like that.
I know one big thing that we both agreed on is that filming every single day is definitely too time consuming. Even knocking those videos out for one day, it'll take us about 3 to 4 days to edit and get it ready to post. So I definitely want to step back on that aspect and maybe get like one clip per day and then do like weekly videos or bi-weekly videos. But I know definitely taking a step back with both of our careers, honestly, and then definitely with your lifestyle, we just don't have the time to film every day. Like a whole separate video every single day. It's not plausible right now. But weekly or bi-weekly, I feel like we can definitely do that. And I want to say that'll also help us with getting through this is taking a step back while also stepping up. So like focus more on the challenge and less on the recording.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I still kind of want to try to record like 5-second clips as much as possible throughout a week, just to hold myself accountable. And I noticed that doing that also pushed me to get positive things done throughout the day. So that's something I'm going to try my best to implement. I'm not saying I have to do it every day, but I'm going to try to do it so I can have a bunch of stuff to work with within those bi-weeklies and stuff. But yeah, no, I'm on that page with you on focusing on the challenge more than anything. The mastery of the challenge. I feel like we've been through enough these past few months to at least say that we've grown to have some type of discipline and self-control to overcome the problems that we were going through then, and at least have better decision making now and better choices now for sure. And like we were saying earlier, that experience with 75 Hard is going to definitely give us an edge going back into it now because we know what to expect and we know that there's only one way to fail and one way to succeed. It's as simple as that.
And that's funny because we failed in a different way every single time, but you got a point. There's only one way to fail and one way to succeed. Either we do it or we don't. And it all comes down to a decision. Like it's multiple different decisions, but it comes down to a decision.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. At least we could say that we didn't make the same mistake twice. We're learning from our mistakes.
And with that being said, if we make the correct decision every single day for the next 125 days, we will complete Project 50 and 75 Hard. But that's only if we make the right decision every single time. Hey Siri,
Yeah.
what's 125 days from today?
It's Saturday, the 30th of July, 2024.
So if we start tomorrow, July 14th, we could be done with two of the hardest challenges we have both tried.
Just the thought process of that, it makes it sound so simple, but I know it's going to be a long 125 days. But like I said, I liked who I was though. So going into it now, I want to see more consistency and that change in our lifestyles. And who knows? This could be the breaking point for us to where we'd be like, yeah, I don't want to go back to that. I like who I am with 75 hard and Project 50. Let's stay on it. Let's keep these habits going. Let's go forward into our future and keep this going. This is our new normal now.
Mm-hmm.
That could evidently be our new us. You know, starting this, there is really no loss. Starting this, we're just gonna get another lesson in life, and we're gonna become better than where we were. Or we could go all to shit and give up, and this podcast may never reach the surface. It's up to us at the end of the day.
You think about it, it's only two outcomes with this. And similar to what you said, either we succeed or we give up trying. Like, those are the two outcomes.
Win-win. We can do this, bro. We can do this. We got this. There's no pressure. No pressure. But there's pressure, but no pressure.
Think about it like this. It's March right now. Siri just said July 14th. No, I wasn't calling you, bitch. Damn. It's March right now. She said July 14th. So we got April, May, June, July. We could dedicate 4 months to becoming the best version of ourselves. Hell, it's been March right now, February, January, December, November, October. It's been 6 months since we first started this. Just to put that into perspective, it's been longer since we started than it'll take to complete this. If we do it right. It doesn't feel like it was too long ago that we started. And yet, it's been longer since we started than it will be to complete. Just like, I don't know why this is a conversation right now. Like, we're over here struggling and shit, bro. It all comes down to a decision every single day. Consistent decisions. And we will get this shit done.
I feel like that's the key to mastering self-discipline and self-control. If you can master making the right decisions in the moment, in the long run, that'll help you bigger picture.
Mm-hmm.
Until then, we won't be able to master anything if we can't make the right decisions in the moment. Right decisions meaning knowing when to say no.
No, we lost you.
My phone's at 20%. We can edit that out, right? And just hearing that, making the right decision makes me not want to hit this the more we talk about making the right decision. It makes me want to put this down because I know it's not good for me. And the more we talk about good decisions, the more I'm influenced to keep doing that. So already it's that mindset. Just having that mindset of prepping for 75 hard already pushes me to make the right decision. So I haven't touched this since we started talking about making good decision making.
Hey, let's edit that. Let's do a fact check on that. Make sure you didn't. But nah, honestly, on that note, there's not really much to say.
Yeah, there's. Bye, everybody. This is the end this time. I mean, there's not much to really say in this podcast because we're in the pre-stages of it. If anything, this is just an introduction to you guys on what to expect. And we're here opening up to you about how we're going to go about the next one. I feel like we were so formal too. First, we had the wine going. I had the snacks going. We were so excited.
Had the lighting set up perfectly. Had the backgrounds looking good.
Oh man, we did that.
No, it really, for everything we do, it really comes down to a decision. And like, yeah, it sounds crazy that we're gonna try two of the hardest mental challenges back to back and try to get it done in one try, but the amount of people that successfully complete 75 hard is insane. Like the amount of people that do it on their first try. Like, yes, there's a bunch of people that fail, but there's also a bunch of people that succeed on their first try. And I feel like we self-sabotaged ourselves by adding on to those challenges. Because I'm not gonna lie to you. Let me bring up the rules real quick.
While you're doing that, I do feel like we should still hold each other accountable. I feel like we should have that checklist going, not to, for us to be like, you know, keeping tabs on, but to hold us accountable and make sure that we're on top of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's optional. I'm just saying it's a big tool that was really useful, and I think we should use that still this time. You know, going through our checklist, being like, "Hey, I did this. Did you do it?" Which comes down to another thing, everybody. When you're going through things in life and you want to be a better person, hold your friends accountable. Hold your people in your circle accountable. And expect them to do the same for you. Because if they care, they would.
Don't know why I can't find it right now.
Accountability, self discipline, self respect, self love, self control, integrity. Those are the main things I think of when I think of 75 Hard and Project 50. I am not
Here we
gonna
go.
lie. I am starting to get really tired. Wow.
Simple rules. Follow a diet. Drink a gallon of water. No cheat meals or alcohol. Exercise twice a day for 45 minutes. Read 10 pages of a book. Take a progress picture. I think the only time we failed on that, I want to say it was just the day that you were traveling and what was it? The whole Denver situation happened. And it was just the water on that one. I think for me, either diet or progress picture, I want to say I got. I want to say one of those two I ended up messing up, but. Or no, it was diet. It was diet. I want to say I went to Whataburger. Or I did something dumb. I'm like, you know what? I don't need to, but I'm gonna just go do it. And it was just a dumb decision. But I want to say those are the only things that we messed up on. And now that we are both mature about this and we have the experience, I want to say this is going to be easier coming around. And if anything, I want to say Project 50 is going to be harder. Obviously, it's easier said than done for either one of them, but for Project 50, it's wake up before 8 a.m., but they also have a stipulation for if you can't work around those hours, so get at least 6 hours of sleep, do a morning routine, exercise for 1 hour a day, read 10 pages a day, dedicate 1 hour towards a new skill, follow a healthy diet, track your daily progress in a journal, and yeah, I feel like that might be harder. Like the only thing I see that's harder with 75 hard is the fact that there's two workouts But with Project 50, there's more time allocated to new things.
75 hard challenges are going to be a breeze for me. I'm going to be honest. The things that made it difficult were, like you said, when we added on to 75 hard.
Right.
That's what I'm scared of for Project 50. It's the allocation of new things. That part makes it difficult because for me, it comes down to, I have to set aside time for these things.
Right.
In my already busy schedule, which 75 hard naturally aligns with. Now, that's where our challenge is. That's what's gonna make or break us. Because I feel like with Project 50, it's being disciplined enough to create those gaps in time to make those right decisions. Because truthfully, we do, but it comes down to us to be like, hey, I have enough time for this. Instead of doing this, let me do this. As much as I would, what's the word? As much as I would dredge, no. I don't know the word. Is it I don't know. I can't think of the word right now.
I don't even know what you're trying to say, so I can't help.
I'm thinking of grudge, dredge, dread,
Gotcha.
Rasta, Rasta. As much as I would dread, going into it and being like, oh, this is a time for me to decompress, relax, close my eyes. No, it could be a time to journal. It could be a time to do things, I feel like that's where our discipline and decision making kicks in.
Right.
Which I do need more in my life anyway, because I've been having way too much gaps in comfortability in my life currently. So, I'm not saying I'm not productive. I could be way more productive. Yep.
And honestly, the thing with both of us, we just need more discipline. Like, that is the reason why we even started looking into this and why we stumbled across 75 hard was just the lack of discipline that we had. And what's the word? We both struggling with words now. Just the fact that we were so unhappy with where we are in life is what made us want to step towards something better. And I feel like it's not going to get better until we actually complete this.
I'm on that same page with you, man, my man. Same page. Same page. So while Nemo's taking care of that, y'all, I think that wraps it up for a majority of this podcast. I feel like our biggest issues are going to be within ourselves and being disciplined. It boils down to self-discipline, and discipline from what we've learned now, it's a consistent thing you constantly have to work on every single moment, every single second. Like right now, there's a vape next to me, right? What's going to help me get better is every single moment that I feel like I want to hit this, I make the decision not to. That's the gist of self-discipline and self-control. Doing the right thing when it comes down to getting those urges, those temptations, those anything. It doesn't have to be this vape. It could be subjects like NoFap. It could be alcohol. It could be anything. Addiction, laziness, whatever. Take the floor, Nemo.
It's only one thing to do at this point, man. We done talked about it. Spoke a big game. Back and forth all about this. We're going on 6 months of doing this, bro. It's only going to take 4 to get her done. Just got to do it, dog. Just got to make a decision. Like, there's no secret to it. Either we do it or we don't.
It's easy. When it comes down to the decision, like, you can make the bombastic side eye, or you can make the light skin face. But when it's time to make the light skin face, you can't be making the bombastic side eye. You have to make the light skin face.
Oh, man. Now, on a serious note, We done said everything. We probably repeated ourselves about 5 times. We know what we got to do. Rules aren't that difficult. It's making the decisions that are difficult.
Wait, hold on. We're gonna start tomorrow.
Yeah. Don't tell me you're scared now, boy.
I'm not. Oh God. All right, y'all. Y'all gonna witness this. I just spent $20. Well, technically $40 this week on vapes, but there's no point if we're gonna be doing this, right? It's all about making good decisions. Y'all about to witness me destroy this.
Just so you know, there's not a rule against nicotine use, but I mean, if that is what's going to help you, by all means do it.
Oh, there's not? Okay.
Okay. I should have lied to you. Let's see. We're starting 51st, so yeah, wake up before 8 a.m., do a morning routine, exercise for 1 hour a day, read 10 pages, dedicate 1 hour towards a new skill, follow a healthy diet, track your progress in a journal. Yeah, so nothing against it.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
There you go. Back to normal.
One thing
Y'all, shout
does
out
say
to
no,
Mike L. Cuts. Shout out to my barber.
does say one, no alcohol though. So
I don't drink.
other than that, I don't know. You kind of hype the people up though, so I feel like you got to do it for the people. You said you was going to destroy. You got the people excited. Like you can't go. You can't turn your back on the people now.
Ah, you son of.
You got us all excited, man.
I literally bought 40. I spent $40 this week, man. Oh.
Hey, I didn't convince you to start, but you started by yourself. So now you can't just you can't blue ball the people, man.
Come on, man.
See, I didn't even know you had a second one. You could have lied to the people. You you
Can I
just you
can
just
I keep this
exposed
one?
yourself, man.
Can I keep this one?
You just exposed yourself, man.
I gotta keep this one.
You could have kept that one hidden. The people want to know. You could have tucked that away. You feel me? But you showed it on camera, not me. So you got the people. You got the people looking now, man.
Come on. I spent $40, man.
I cash up you that $40.
I bet.
He said, "I bet."
This gonna be a beautiful moment, y'all. Y'all gotta see this.
If it means you actually getting rid of it, I will cash up you that money.
Y'all saw that?
Sir, sir, I hope you know you just littered. You just littered.
I did that. And I did. I'll do it again. And I did. And I'll do it again. I did.
You a fool, man.
It's beautiful outside, everybody. Breathe some fresh air. Don't smoke, man. Breathe. Breathe. Nemo tells me all the time. Breathe. We finna breathe in this bitch. Haha.
Happy for you, bro.
Where's my 40? I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm playing, bro. I'm playing.
I got you.
I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm playing.
Daddy's gonna send you his money.
Oh, wow. Whoa.
Words of Toe Mater. Let's get her done.
Hey, I'm just executing the.
We're done. I'll see y'all later. We're done.